Hello. Hello, hello. Hello and welcome to the first draw through back at Twatch. Hopefully nothing breaks. That's the plan. Hello, miss. Hello, hello, dork. It sounds like I'm saying dork, but it's dark but with a W. Hello. I haven't done vocal warm-ups or anything, which is good for a stream where I talk a lot and have to communicate. Oh, bless. Yeah. So hopefully, I will say the last stream we had on Sunday was very smooth in the sense of frames. We didn't drop many frames at all. I'm assuming that now people are starting to go out in the evening. They're not taking up quite so much of the internet bandwidth. So, hopefully, those of you who have been missing out on the draw-through streams because of poor connections and all that kind of stuff, hopefully things will sort themselves out soon. So, and Twitch might be helpful in that respect. Mixer was not fantastic when it came to a well-metered connection, but yeah. So hello and welcome back. Boom. There we are. Yay, the icon's there. You picked up a spherical chest, and I forgot about that, so I just quickly did a sketch of a spherical chest. But, oh, there's still a vote up, apparently. For what you did last time, let me just get rid of that. I don't remember how to do all this. It's been 2 weeks. My memory has disappeared. As a Pokeball. It's difficult to draw a chest that's spherical without it looking like a medieval Pokeball. Which kind of begs the question, were there like old-style Pokeballs prior to the sort of technological versions we see now? That were just like made of stone or whatever? Don't know. Yet another hole in the lore of the Pokemon world. Yes, there were. Okay. Is it a medieval Pokeball? Well, it is magically sealed, by which I mean you can't hammer it open. So you'll never know what's inside unless you find the way of opening it. So yes, they made them out of acorns. Is this canonical? I hope so. I do very much hope so. Yeah, so quick recap of what happened last time. Oh, I downloaded the thing and I forgot to do... I did a thing. Well, I didn't do a thing. Someone else did a thing. And I forgot to include it in the thing. Whereas this is the old one from before. And this is a new one, which I downloaded and I forgot. There it is. Ah! There's a Doodle Flameo. Look at him go! It's a miss. It's a misdrawing. And I downloaded it and I forgot. Didn't have to, but I will. Fan art deserves recognition. That's the word I'm looking for. Pretty sure that's right. That's why you use them to make balls in some games. You do? You can make Pokeballs out of acorns? I don't remember this. I remember being introduced to all the weird different balls in later generations and just going, what was wrong with normal, great, and ultra? That was fine. Oh, and master, I guess. Gen 2, yeah. I don't know, I don't think I ever used them. It's new and weird. It's fire, friend! Yes, it's a good misdrawing. Anyway, just thought I'd pop that in there because it's good. Ah!
Our guiding lamp light.
Aw. Yes, I need to sort out the whole... Make your name bigger and get rid of the avatar, because Twitch doesn't like you giving me your avatars when you post a message, so... Gotta sort that out. This is good, I know. As are you, as are all of you. You're all good. Anywho, back to game. So last time, what happened is... There's an elephant. Last time, you made the scouts happy by giving them a leaf, which was nice. I can't remember if they told you anything. Does anyone remember if they told you anything? I don't know. Also, you make acorn balls in the new expansion for Sword and Shield. Oh, I'll accept that anything is true in the new ones because they're just like, there's no logical places to go now, so they can just add whatever. They were just kind of there. They're just kind of there. They're having a good time. They showed you their plant collection, and yeah, it was a good time. You then went to a room with a gargoyle in it, which I decided to draw in 3-point perspective for no reason. You then immediately left the room with the gargoyle in it to go into a room with furniture in it. That was a mistake. Not a lot happened. You lost a bit of your ear. I've just been watching the Secret Sleepover of Society streams of Man of Medan, and that's fortuitous. Not fortuitous, portentous. That's the word I'm looking for. The chair is something. I'm not sure what it is, but it is something. I forgot about the worm. Let them go. Anyway, so you went into this room. That happened. You then left. You went back to the golem, where there were 3 chests. You opened one. There was a key in it. That was a while ago. You decided to go back for another one. You got the spherical one. Hid under the table again, and discovered that you can't open it. Your key does not fit. Even furniture. Who would have thought that's a thing? I know. Said to know how to get out, but not around. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. They have limited knowledge of the area. They know to and from the hall. This hall, actually. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, so that's that. So, what do you want to do? Here's the map. Quick reminder of the things that you have seen and the things you have not seen. For anyone who is who may be watching from following me on Twitch, who has no idea what's going on right now, there is a book. Actually, that's the point. I should get the book. Where's the book? There it is. There's a book called The Citadel of Chaos by Steve Jackson, and you're playing it, and I'm drawing you playing it. So far, what's happened? Half a second, you thought the suits of armor was texting. Was it? Oh yeah. Yeah, I like that. So yes, what you've done so far is you've got into the Citadel by getting past the dog ape and the ape dog guards. You went into the courtyard, where by far the best things happened. You met some friends who were sitting around a campfire, and they were sort of talking about stuff. There's a vial of liquid there, apparently. Don't know what it does. There were a couple of people arguing over the price of a knife, which you know is enchanted because you're Beth, and Beth is an expert in enchanting and in forging weaponry. Presumably. She's a blacksmith. I don't know exactly her specific field. You then attempted to go towards a monument in the middle of the courtyard, but were accosted by arrows fired from an invisible or very far away source. You found an old man who was hurt, who you couldn't help, so you sort of left. You found a bush with berries in it, and you took some berries, and there they are in your inventory. They're over here. After making your way in by finding the password, which I think was scimitar, you found a leprechaun who was just weird, and you decided to leave. You came in, you met the butter butler. There's a butler who was made of butter. And then you did a whole bunch of stuff, including, but not limited to, meeting Park the Gark, who is a half-giant, half-goblin. You had a little sing-song with them. There's a mirror in that room for some reason. But they let you through. You went to the worst party in the world, which was fine until people started playing games. Humble Unspecified Arrows, that's what it was, yes. Forgot about that. You went to a library, which you promptly got kicked out of, and sent to prison, which was over here, where you met Cal and Corm, who are the guards. /guard. Once you found your way out after a weird wibbly-wobbly path, you came back, you met the scouts. That's what happened last time. The wheelies, they were strange. Your excuse here is that you're a blacksmith come to mend the forge. Apparently that is the thing that needs doing. You have yet to see a forge. You went to the Grand Hall, you met a golem. We've just explained that. You found a room full of orc babies. They're just having a play. There was a gargoyle in a room, you left them. A room with a trench, in inverted commas. Basically a big hole in the floor, and a trap chest full of lead shot. The horrible furniture room, which we just saw. No one really knows where the forge is. That's why it needs fixing. It's not broken, it's just lost. Then you went upstairs and you found the room with the Ganges in it. Not entirely sure what Ganges are, but they seem to manifest as floating scary heads. And your weapon does nothing against them, and you tried to fight them, but then you got so scared that you ended up jumping out of the tower. Kind of. You ran through a door, there was a balcony with no handrail, and you fell off. But you do have magic, which allowed you to survive the fall and start again. So, feel free to ask what spells you have at any given point. You have 14 uses of spells left. Can't wait for the lava demon powering the forge to eat us when our lies catch up and we have to fix it. Yeah, I didn't mention that, the penultimate boss. The Forge of Unspecified Existence. This is the Unspecified Citadel. But by giving it that name, it automatically collapses into irrelevance. Yeah, so what do you want to do now? There's this room here, which is locked by the Grand Hall. There's carrying on from the Golem, or the Golem itself. There's carrying on from the Leprechaun. There are 3 doors there. I believe you said 2 of them are dangerous and 1 of them smelly. For whatever that's worth. There's a monument here, which you haven't gone to because arrows. Or have another crack at the Ganges, or whatever. It's up to you. Where go? Express your opinions through the form of the voting system, or just mention it in chat. There's not many of you, it's fine. The voting system is irrelevant once we get this deep into a draw through and fewer people turn up. There's only like 3 or 4 people in chat. Also, hi Kiro. I didn't see you. Did we open the chests? You opened 1 chest and you got a small silver key, as you can see in your inventory. You then grab the other one of the other chests, and you can't open it because it's magically sealed and you can't break it. And your key doesn't work on it. There is 1 more chest in there, but there's still a golem there. Can we learn anything else from the library? There were 3 areas for books. I'm not going to lie, the game only has 3 books in it. You read one of them, which was the biography of Balthus Dire, in which you found out that he's married and he is allergic to sunlight. You found out some other boring stuff, I think. Then there was one about monsters and one about architecture, I think. There were 2 more books you didn't read, is what I'm saying. But remember, yeah, last time you were there, you got somebody blew in your face for some reason. I assume it was some sort of sleeping powder. And then you fell unconscious. So we have a sphere-shaped unbreakable chest. When you put it like that, I'm scared, but yes. When you put it like that, it sounds like something I shouldn't have given you.
Evil laughter in GM.
That's fine. Time to yeet the chest. I know it's not heavy. You can carry it around pretty easily. It's not going to have an awful lot of momentum. Are you going to blitzball this? Are you going to whack her? Bowling ball? Oh, okay. We have fight the golem, fight the golem, kick the golem. We seem to be going to the golem. Go to the golem. Roll 2d6 just quickly. For those of you who are unaware, exclamation mark roll, followed by a number, a D, and another number. 8. Okay, cool. You're fine. Fortunately for you, the golem is very stupid and decided not to, stand by the chests and has returned to the point from whence they came. Not there. There. Bring this up. Yeah. Close you. Close you. So it's back on the other side of the room. It likes staying there. That's its corner. There is 1 chest remaining on the pedestal. You have taken the others. Oops. Get the right instrument. Beth, for some reason, comes into this room upside down. It's a rock. Don't know what we expected. Yeah, it's a rock. But we like rocks here. So yeah, what do you want to do when you're with the girl? Should I start a new vote? Probably should. Speaking of Pokemon, Golem. That was just one that they just used the word, didn't they? They just took the word from the source, didn't change it, no puns, nothing. It's just Golem. Yes, but oh yeah, Kiro, you arrived slightly later than everyone else. So here's a picture of Flamio by Miss. There you go. It's a good misdraw. You always feel Golem is a downgrade from Graveler. Yeah, I always feel that about Gengar, to be honest. I think I've talked about this before. Like I like Gengar. Gengar's a fun design, but Haunter is much scarier. Haunter is haunting, so to speak. I mean, there is a reason that I picked up on the idea. Well, hang on, let me. There is a reason I draw spooky faces like that. Let's put it that way. That's what the Ganges look like in this. Definitely not Haunter. No copyright infringement intended. It's fine. It worked? Who with the what? Who? Wow, wow. Damn it, with the who and the how? Okay. Gengar's just funky little nightmare gremlin. And I'm all on board for that. It's just, it's kind of the opposite problem you have with the three original starter families, which is that the middle evolutions look like you've tweened the first and last. You know, you've just taken a slider between the two and gone, right, put it right in the middle. And that is the second evolution, which makes sense, but is from a design standpoint pretty boring. Whereas Haunter looks nothing like the in-between of Ghastly and Gengar. Gengar's Gigantamax, where he turns into the Cave of Mystery. I don't know what that is. I didn't like the Mega Gengar. I liked everything about it, but the eye. That was it. If you take the eye out, it's fine. Or just make it a different colour, to be honest. Oh wow, look at that. That's cool. That's a much better design. Yep, I'm on board for that. 20 seconds behind. Twitch, what are you doing? Okay, so you... Wow. Shiny friend. I want to put these on screen, but I have Discord open on a different computer to reduce load on the streaming one. So... Oh dear. But look up Gigantamax Gengar. I'm sure you'll see the pictures. Yeah. Right. Okay. So you, having had a relative success with tripping up this golem using a lead shot previously, you bowl the chest towards the golem and see what happens. Roll 2d6 again. Clickety clack. We've got good low rolls. Yeah, so you roll the ball and the why did I draw this table in the middle? It's very annoying. I want to draw things. And it once again trips up, falls over, but this time it smashes its shoulder on the wall behind it. It doesn't get very far. You know exactly what's going to happen at this point. Your abysmal rolls come in handy. Low rolls in this are outside of combat good. So yeah, and it smacks its shoulder, and one of his arms just sort of falls off, just sort of crumples to the floor, back into stone. But after a bit of kerfuffle, it does eventually get itself back up again. First person to make an armless joke is Miss. I'm hoping the delay causes the joke to come in before Miss hears that. Yeah, Gondon felled it over. It's only got one arm left. I'm just going to say how much you love the word kerfuffle. Kerfuffle is a good word. I approve. I now need to find out where in the book this is. This is why I do my diagram. Where are we? We're here. So, yeah. Trying to think of a pun involving kerfuffle and stone. Can't really. Ooh, 200. That's a nice page. Yep, okay. You go out on a limb and say at least the golem is unarmed. One unarmed, but also one armed. Cliffuffle? That's pretty good. The problem is that the fuffle isn't like that's a soft sort of set of syllables, and usually you don't use soft syllables for stone. It's falling to pieces under the pressure. I know. Poor thing. No, all I've got is he should be bolder. That's it. There's nothing else. I'm out of usable material. My ideas have ground to a halt. I don't know. What are you doing? You've managed to get rid of one of its arms, but it is still attempting, slightly haphazardly, to move towards you. Went up on the table this time. Wanted to try something different, you know? You're a golem, you're simple-minded, but you know, you still enjoy a little bit of variety every now and then. So on Twitch, the categories are slightly different to Mixer, and they, as far as I can see, don't have a creative, sort of general creative category, and it just suggested art for me. So I'm looking forward to seeing anybody sort of pop in and think, this is art? What's happening here? Is it art? Why didn't that work? Was there a space before that? No, because I got rid of the space. Yeah. Is it the capital V? Hello. This is art. Look, if Tracy Emin's art, this is art. Tabletop RPG has a category, but this isn't that either. I know. There is. Well, I mean, this is a desk is a table, I guess. But it's also not. Well, it is a role-playing game. So. Oh, did my bot stop? Bot, what are you doing? Oh no, there it is. Okay, well, we effectively have two votes for attack the golem. Granted, one of them wasn't registered because bot. How dare? How absolutely dare? Oh, is it 303? So the golem is weakened in its current state. Vote roll for initiative. Don't even know what that means. I should probably look up systems of tabletop RPGing and all that sort of stuff before I try and adapt this one myself. But there you go. There you go. Right. Okay, cool. We are attacking Le Golem. Initiative is basically turn order. Ah, okay. Well, turns happen all at once in this game, so you're alright. So this is Beth, and this is Golem. You have your skills, you have your stamina and your skill in the middle. I always forget how I do this. Stamina. Fucking line. So your stamina at the moment is 14. Your skill is 11. The skill of the golem is 8. And its stamina is 10. So again, the way this works, you roll 2d6 for you, and then 2d6 for the golem. You add those to the skill, and whoever has the highest total will end up winning the battle, will end up winning the round, and can attack for 2 damage, 2 stamina damage. Or stamage, as I like to call it. And yeah, you keep going until one of them dies. You can also roll for luck at any given time after you've rolled for your skill. If you're lucky, you do double damage or take half damage. If you're unlucky, you do half damage or take double. Bad crimes! Bad crimes! Yeah, but in the time that we've been doing Citadel of Chaos and the Forest of Doom, you've never done that, because you lose a luck every time you do it, and that seems a bit of a waste. It's like this too good to use thing. At least when you've got good luck. So yeah, who wishes to roll? Many rolls must be had. So far, nothing has been drawn. That's a 7, so your skill is 18. And that's a 9, so skill is 17, just about. So you win that one. Yeah, and you take the thing down to 8. Do let me know if you're, if my maths is wrong. My mental arithmetic is very rusty. 8 years of algebra will do that. You'll be trying to kill it. Yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it. It's 5, so that's 16's going down. Can't roll again for 30 seconds. That's another 5, exactly the same, for a 13, so well done. Oh, I used to draw these in this. So this goes down to 6. That's a 7, so that gives us up to 18 again. A hammer is well suited for this fight. Then there's another 7, which gives us 15, so that's good. Goes down to 4. Then there's a 5, which is 16 again. I can keep track of these things. Don't worry. Ho ho! Ho 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 ho! That's a 12. This is a golem hand. Also, why am I drawing a sword? I should be drawing a hammer, shouldn't I? Too big. Don't worry about it. I have the solution. So that's 12. Your health is now down to 12. Then there's a 4. Brings it to 15. Lowest roll yet. Again, I said the low rolls are good outside of battle. I'm pretty sure I made that clear. That's a 10. 18, another big ol' fist in the face. Brings you down to 10. Oh, that's a 12 for you, so that's 23. There's no way they're going to win that. But you have to roll anyway, just to make it fair. 16, that's down 2. Yay! I should put a little thing in case you roll a double 6, where there's like confetti or something. And do exactly the same for double 1. Well, you only need one more round to kill it. Hang on, was that 5 new? It was. So that was a 5 for you to give you 16, and then a 6 to give them 14. That's a win for you. And that is RIP Golem friend. Phew, indeed. But you won! Hooray! That was your second fight in the game? Can't remember who you first was. What was you? Rock! Yeah, a little... This bit of the golem breaks off with the final blow. Like this. Like that. And it grows little arms, and then scuttles off and starts to lives a new life in there somewhere. So it starts again as a little stone. Lives life as his friend. Yes. Off it goes. He too can come to the Defeating the Wizard picnic. I'm sure they can. He was first unless the bot's broken. Probably. It's probably broken. Yeah. So you have now de-armed, deheaded, and defeated the golem. See? What do you want to do now? Which computer am I on? Is this one? Yeah, this is the actual computer, not the crummy old laptop. Oh. I live for your booze. I may be teetotal, but I live for the booze. And now, let's reveal what's in chest number 3. Should have done that with the reverb, shouldn't I? And now, etc. Okay, cool. So there's another chest there, and you find that this chest is also enchanted and locked. Fortunately, to save time on the draw through, you try your little silver key. Turns out that it opens. Let me just find the page so that I can remember what it actually opens to. Right. The key turns. And, removing the lock, which is apparently removable, you open the box to find... another key! This time cut in a glowing green metal. So that's cool. Got a green key. It's radioactive. It's probably not a good idea, to be honest. So yes, you gain green key. Which I do not have. Does it open the last chest? Thank you for asking. It does open the last chest. Yes, you try it on the other chest. Thereby breaking the magical seal and losing your access to a invincible spherical object. Hang on, was that just 8? It wasn't just 8, was it? $89. Ah, my map's wrong. Oh yeah. The key turns. The green glowing key turns. That's why you can tell it's an enchanted box, because it needs a green glowing key. And the lock clicks open, and you look inside the spherical box. Beth does. Inside the box/sphere is a glass jar, and in that jar is a spider. But not any old spider. Oh, no. This creature, this little spider, has the face of an old man. He's trying to say something inside the jar, but you can't actually work it out, because it's very... the glass isn't letting the sound out, I guess. It's a bit patches, isn't it, really? So yeah, that's the thing. Let's draw that. Let's draw that while you're making up your mind. I see Miss has already put in her opinion. Alas, it shall be annulled. What was in the chest? You had to reload stream because it was very bad. You have a small jar, and inside the jar is a spider with the face of an old man. Do we trust the spider? They're in a jar. They don't have much choice in the matter. I would argue anything you attempt to do to try and hurt the Spider-Man in the jar, is only gonna let them out. It's only gonna get them more access to you. The best thing you could probably do is leave them in there. But that's just me. Talks to Spider-Man through glass. Alas, the sound does not travel. They are attempting to say something. You can see them moving their spidery lips. There's a sentence. But no sound emanates from the jar. How do you draw faces from the side? I don't know. This is what hands look like. First talk to Peter? What? People naming the... Peter Parker. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Must be dizzy after being in a makeshift bowling ball. It was enchanted. It's like a Pokeball. You can throw them around and the Pokemon inside's fine. This was the Pokemon that it was holding. Turns out. Bet you're glad you asked. Looks more like an Uncle Ben. When it makes rice. Does that mean he's about to die? We get a revenge story. No, this is the alternate universe in which Peter Parker dies, and Uncle Ben becomes Spider-Man. This is arm. This is arm. Blamio does not like spiders. Think that'll make a better comic. More. I have campaigned for this for many years, by which I mean I've occasionally referenced it. More actually useful and badass older characters in stories, please. Thank you. Not every hero is 15. Why does that look so strange? Because the thumb's on the wrong side of the hand, that's why. Okay, let's do the silhouette trick. No one thought to tell me. Someone who does art for a living. The thumb goes on the outside of the hand when the palm is up. Still doesn't look great, but better. Ah. The one reason you liked Dominic Deegan webcomics so much, not only are the heroes established adults, but Dominic's parents are alive and active in the story. Yeah. I have no idea what that is, but cool. Thought it was a creative choice. No. Beth does not have the ability to completely dislocate her wrist, as far as I'm aware. She also has no neck. Don't worry about that. Anywho, she's also wearing gloves. What about that? And no, she didn't put the gloves on backwards. Anywho, that's a thing. What are we doing? Talk to Spider-Man through glass, put jar on plinth, crush with hammer, then set the castle alight and leave quest. Try to talk to Peter. Hang on, there is... The problem is... In the book it says, there's a noise and you hurry away, but... I want to give you the opportunity to interact with this thing, but I can't remember what it does. What's the abbreviation I used for it? SPD. I know one place you can use it, but I think there's several. Oh, that bodes well. Sorry, I'm just laughing at weird things. Okay, so that does do... yeah, whatever. Okay, that's one thing. But there's another. Sorry, it's taking a little... I said I'd memorize the rest of the book, didn't I? Okay, so that's that. Okay, yeah. I'm sure there was something else. I just want to be sure. Oh, okay, so there's that. But that doesn't... No. Okay, then. Okay, cool. I know what happens. Dominic Deegan's a webcomic about a grumpy seer who uses his visions to try and help people. That doesn't sound grumpy to me. That sounds nice. That sounds like, that film, whose name has escaped me. But nice, and not dystopian. What was it? It wasn't Minority Report, was it? The one about the psychics in the bathtub. They're like plugged into a machine and they stop crime. It's grumpy because people are regularly very annoying. I mean, that makes sense. It is Minority Report. Okay, yeah. Think service industry. Yeah. As soon as you said people are regularly very annoying, I immediately thought of my friends who work in shops. And like, okay, I see where that's going. But yeah, that happened. Try to talk to people and talk to the Spider-Man through the glass. So you attempt to communicate to the Spider-Man, and they attempt to communicate to you. However, there appears to be no immediate common source of contact, as it were. There's no lip reading works, no muffled sign language. Is it muffled sign language if you wear gloves? Does that make sense? Neither of you can effectively communicate with one another. Tom Cruise replaces eyes, other stuff happens. I remember the eyes thing, yeah. That was to get around retinal scans and all that. And you sort of bought black market eyes so that you could get a new identity, which is an interesting idea. Why have I seen that film? Of all the films that I've seen, why have I seen that film? I've seen like 20 films and that's it. I've seen that, I've seen Jumper. It's really weird. No one would guess the weird films I've seen. But look, they're not weird, they're just odd choice. If they were weird, it would be fine. But they're not. They're just kind of, meh. Anywho. So, you have a spider in a jar. Let's draw a spider in a jar. For the purposes of your inventory, and now you must decide what to do. Just as a reminder, you can continue out the other side of this room, where the golem was, or you can go to the leprechaun, to the monument in the courtyard, to any of the rooms you've been to before to check to see if there was stuff. Ganges, what have you. The idea behind Jumper was better than the film. I like the idea. It's kind of interesting. I don't remember anything about the film other than the fact that I saw it in cinemas with a friend, and it was extraordinarily loud. And like the sound effects for the jumping was just like, ow, ow, that hurt my chest. I'm not good with loud noises. This is why I don't go to the cinema. What was I oh yes, I was gonna do a picture of a spider. Oh, not a spider, spider in a jar. You would barely be able to see the jar, let alone the spider. Okay. So that was the Svest, which you now no longer have. Now it's the spider. Do 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 do. You like the Pokemon Prison Ball? Hey. Turns out, you should have kept it closed. That would be good if it wasn't terrible. Oh wait, there's a lid on this, isn't there? Yeah. This is extremely stabilized. Please. There. What did I do? Stop that. Don't mind me. What's going on? Hallway off the golem room. You're going there, right? Ooh. Oops. It'll do for a quick jar. Yeah, for some reason, I thought that was a key in there. Another key. But it turns out it was a spider in a jar. Oh, yeah, look at that. Immediately updated. My system works! So we are going to... No, 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 no. Please. No. Thank you. So we're going to the room off of the golem. I have a horrible feeling. Yes. I have a horrible feeling that you walk through the room of the golem and you enter some cave-like networks. And you after you go through these cave-like networks, you end up discovering that there is a junction that you must decide which of the three possible ways you could go you should go. It's been a while, you know. These aren't as prevalent as they were in the Forest of Doom, let's put it that way. So yes, you come to a three-way junction. Would you like to go north? Would you like to continue west? Or would you like to go south? West? I love it when you have a horrible feeling. Yeah, it's not often it happens. Actually, it happens quite a lot. 3 hallways, 3 doors. Suspicious. So we have West, South, and Middle. Sounds like the beginning of a Scottish poem. Good old Rabbie Burns. Ah, that's 2 for Sooth, and technically 2 for Weast. We need a tiebreak. Roll a d2. What is it? Hang on. Just gonna peek ahead again. Right. So where? Okay. Oh, okay. Clickety clack 1. That is for Sooth. Forsooth. That is forsooth. We sleek it cower in timorous beastie, what a panic's in thy breastie. Not entirely sure that rhymes. Something scared. Poor little thing, scared. I don't know what a sleek it is. Or whether that's an adjective. Who knows? Or maybe it's just slender. Sort of small, thin. Anywho, enough of that. Enough of this northern nonsense. I have to know this is an English stream. Not going to be speaking the language of the Highlands. Savage, barbarous, friendly people. What was that book where they described the people from Scotland as being like, oh, they're horrible, they're really weird people, they're friendly. They're friendly. Barbarous people. I can't remember what book that was. Where are we? We are going to here. Okie dokie, so, content. Unheard of. We're an hour in. Let's get some content. You follow the passageway south. Beth follows the passageway south. For some time as it twists and turns through the rock. Why did I say this? Like, oh, you pass another passageway entering from the right. I have this mapped out. That doesn't happen. Silly book. It's like that shortcut that doesn't go anywhere. The passageway widens, and you are now walking alongside a small flowing river, which I need to draw. Just ahead, a woman seems to be washing clothes. She has a basket of these clothes beside her, and several sets of long johns are hanging on the line behind her. There's a woman washing clothes. So let's draw that. An underground river. Woman washing clothes in a cave system in the castle. Yeah. That's exactly what the book says is happening. Absolutely nothing untoward happening. It's just a woman washing clothes. Someone's got to wash all the clothes. Everything in the castle wears clothes apart from the Ganges and the chair. But they've got other problems. So, how do you draw water? I have forgotten. These are rocks. In case you couldn't tell, because they don't look like rocks. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Well, I know what it's supposed to be, but I don't know what it is. Anyway. Thinking cat fell in a pond because she's soaked, but oh no. If it's any consolation, we've just lost the majority of the fish in our pond because we assume a heron came down and ate them all. But that was why I was a little bit late. But a cat's fine, so that's something. Okay, so there was a line. You're heading from this way, really, aren't you? So let's put the line here. It's going off. Long johns are like sort of boiler suit sort of things, aren't they? I've never had to draw something pegged onto a line before. You need it like that, and then peg there, and then it goes that way as well. It's not the end of the world. There's a breeze coming through the river system. It's fine. Maybe the cat ate the fish. I don't think she's capable of going in the pond or going near the pond. It's a bit of a drop. Speaking of Scottish nonsense, there's a myth about female spirits that can be found at the edges of locks washing clothes of those about to die. Just a fun thing. Fun fact! I love fun fact followed by something very bleak. Fun fact, the universe is doomed to reduce to a cold soup. This is known as the heat death of the universe, and it is an inevitable consequence of entropy. Fun fact! Just as a reminder, the music of this stream is brought to us courtesy of the wonderful Adrian von Ziegler, whose work is very graciously allowed. He very graciously allows us to use the work. Grammar. And I don't think I really mentioned it very much. He does more than just fantasy music. He's got lots and lots of music on his YouTube and Bandcamp and all that sort of stuff, so do check it out. I'm not contractually obliged to say that. I just want to, because it's a musician giving their music away for free. That's nice. Or giving the rights away for free for purposes of entertainment. That's enough of the washing pole. Is there a description of the lady? Sorry, I just saw the sentence, the milky liquid smells sweet. I am not on the right page. Where am I? Oh, I am on the right page, it's just the end. A woman seems to be washing clothes. There's a basket of clothes beside her. Several sets of long johns are having on the line. Is there any description later on that can... That's just a woman. Let's go back to the Forest of Doom. There was no milky liquids there. None that you found. Or none that you sought. That's not how necks work. as sung to the tune of I Don't Like Cricket. That's not how necks work. I love it. Her hair is done up for some reason. Well, not for some reason. She's washing clothes. How do you draw faces? I don't know. Didn't say she was a human woman, did she? Did it? So let's go with. No, let's go with the human woman. That's not how chins work. I love it. I've forgotten how to draw a head. Look, it doesn't matter what they look like all that much.
Judges harshly.
As well you ought. If it had to draw a head every time you try, it's okay. You should have seen how badly I drew a hand. I can look at those. Don't know what I was going for with it. Anyway, she's here. Sort of kneeling down, I guess. There's the most normal looking person in the entire... There's a basket of clothes. So you can tell it's a basket. So this is one of the nice things about the fact that she's washing things in the river. After all, the arms going into the river, but other than that, that's not how arms work. Don't worry about it, it's a fantasy world. Speaking of women, there's a segue for you. I found out today, and I think I shared this with some people, that throughout the lockdown period, Sandy Toksvig, well-known comedian and TV presenter and writer, was doing a podcasty, YouTubey sort of thing, where she just talks about things from history and things that she's interested in and has found out. And she has a focus on women in history because they have not had a good time of being recorded or treated or anything like that. So if you want to have a whole bunch of videos and or podcasts, I think, about that, I believe it's called Vox Tox, VOXTOX, then they're all up on YouTube, and they're very good. And they're very informative and interesting. I guess I do actually have to draw hands tonight, but they're holding stuff, so it's fine. That's proportional. Don't worry about it. Honestly, me and my male gaze looking at women as if they don't have legs. Honestly. It's just unrealistic standards. Just wearing a sort of long dress sort of thing. Kneeling down. So you can sort of see her legs go up or whatever. Dip down a bit. Link in Discord, please. There it is. How dare I? What? There it is. Yes, Vox Tox. It's easier to think of women don't have legs. I know. It's just it's a failing of mine. I'm trying to do better. It's good to know your identify when you have a problem and to know that you need to address it and fix it. No one's perfect, and we must strive to improve. And I will improve by reminding myself constantly when I see a woman that they have legs. Your mat cat is dry and cuddled. What did you miss? Me drawing a woman. About it. Sandy Toxvig has a cool YouTube thing, which is linked in Discord to her talking about history and a lot of women in history and stuff. Not all that, but let's face it, that's her area of interest. We always forget how men have waists when drawing them. What a waste of a joke opportunity. What a hand. Look at that. What a hand. That's a hand, isn't it? Yeah. That's not a deformed crab. No, it's a hand. I probably go the opposite way. I probably draw everyone with the same sort of waist and with quite accentuated wastage. Men don't have waists, it's a hand. Is it? Is that how biology works? Do I have a hand instead of an... Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. I could have been using that the whole time. That's incredibly useful. Thank you for pointing it out. Have to go. Have a wonderful time. Thank you for popping in. Apologies for the fact that nothing got drawn, as usual. Because here I am rendering Beth again in their entirety. Sorry, in her entirety. I can actually say he or she in this particular instance.
You're doing great, Sweaty.
I'm doing one of those things. Just zoom out every now and then and see that I've drawn this in big head mode. Anyone remember that back in the old days? You can use passwords and cheats and stuff on games. Big head mode. Remember that in Medal of Honor. And another big basket of laundry here. And we move on. He said, isn't the Citadel of doors again? Oh, yes, there are no doors here. It did actually start this particular area with you open a door, but you come from a different side, so it's fine. Bobblehead Beth. Big head mode, paint gun mode, GoldenEye. I never played GoldenEye, it was on the N64, didn't have one of those. Oh, I read that as paint gun, I didn't. It also looks a little bit like Penguin, but... You read it as Penguin, there you go. Right, what are we doing? Oh, we still have the three-way junction up, don't we? Because I'm inattentive. There's a washerwoman. Oh, I just got rid of your vote. Oh, if you do ditto now, does that work? It does! Yeah! Look at that. That saves some time. Flex to the woman in a friendly way, say hi, make small talk. That's fair enough. Now I'm going to put more detail into the basket than I drew to avoid putting detail into things. Also, this is not quite in perspective, so let's put it in a bit of a raised area. Okay, that's lots of votes for chitter chatter time. So you have a little chitter chatter. She asks, what brings you here? What brings you to these parts? And you explain. Saying you are. Beth explains, rather, saying that she is looking for the forge. She's here to sort that out. And she says that she doesn't know. She's never heard of a forge around here, but she wishes you luck. She notices on your hammer that there are enchanted runes and things along those lines, and she gives you a little bit of a warning, and says that if you know magic, it's not going to be a huge amount of use to you in the actual Citadel. A lot of the things there are magical, and they're probably going to be a lot more powerful than you. In fact, there are some things in the way that you're not going to be able to use your magic on, but there might be some things you can find. I hear a fleece is very important. There's a fleece involved. But you're never going to make your way up the tower without assistance. Let's put it that way. I don't know if the forge is there. Probably is. No one else has ever heard of it, so it might be in the master's quarters. But yeah. Balthazar, or whatever his name is. Balthus Dire, I think, is the name. It's close enough. Balthus might be short for Balthazar. I'm not going to stop it. Anyway, yes, so she says, yeah, she wishes you well on your way. The idea of a wizard just having a forge in his bedroom. Look, he's starting an army. You know. And he can't go elsewhere because he doesn't like sunlight, so he's got to work during the night. He's not going to wake anyone else up by using a forge somewhere else, so he's got to set it up somewhere away from other people. So we need a magic sweater, yes. Or just the whole magic sheep. That might be an idea. But yes, she tells you will never meet the master without finding the fleece first, and then wishes you luck on your mission. You gain luck, but you're already on max luck. Oh, and I forgot to take your stamina away. My apologies. You were hit twice, didn't you? Look back. Oh, you did. So that's 10. And well, look at it slide. Cool. A meep, if you will. I will. Yeah, she bids you well on your journey. Boo for remembering. Sorry. Yeah. She bids you farewell. You feel free to stick around and chat if you want, but she gave you some advice. She was friendly. I'm glad I drew all this for a friendly chat. So yeah, let me update the map. You opened out into a sort of larger thing, and there's like a river running through it. Then there was the washerwoman. There she is. That's definitely what she looked like. A cursory glance indicates that at the end of the path there are 3 doors. Surprise, surprise. Burn them down! Doors! And I just need to check things. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Flicking through the book gets very entertaining. Right. Beloved the Triads rip one of its hinges and use it as a shield. Or as a weapon. Yes, so where do you want to go and what do you want to do? Do you wish to return to the freeway junction and try something else? Or not that? Onwards? Why didn't that work? Oh, it did. There we are. Onwards, left door, Norg path. Left door. What do we... Left door? I said 3 doors, left door. Okay, cool. Okay. So, blah, 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 blah. I need to find pages now, so on and so forth. Did that win? Did 3 left door win? Norg path, onwards. Onwards is the doors, and the leftwards. Okay, cool. Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm just... This part of the game is slightly confusing. Don't mind me. Right. Okay, cool. You pass through the left door. As you do so... Oh, good, I don't have to draw this. A sudden, intense flash of light bursts out in front of you. You attempt to shield your eyes and rub them, but you can't see at all. You've been blinded by the light. Revved up like a Thuse, another runner in the night. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? Panic begins to set in as Beth hears a low growling noise in the not too distant distance. Padded footsteps come closer. What are you gonna do? Scary growling and blinding lights. How do I draw this? How do you draw the blinding lights? I don't know. Okay. This is an art stream. ESP is the ability to read the mind of a sufficiently non-magical thing. Extrasensory perception, I believe it stands for. It says, with this spell you may be able to tune into psychic wavelengths. It may help read a creature's mind. However, it is sometimes prone to give misleading information if one psychic source is closer to another. What does shielding do exactly? Shielding is a physical barrier, essentially. Casting this spell creates an invisible shield in front of you, which will protect you from physical objects, i.e., unspecified arrows, swords, or creatures. This shield is not effective against magic, and of course, if nothing outside can touch you, you won't be able to touch anything outside of it. So it blocks physical objects. Oh yeah, I should set up a new vote, shouldn't I? Okay, let's not set up a new vote. Already started voting. It's fine. Let's just cancel that. Turns Beth into a bubble. It's a one-directional shield, by which I mean it's like it's in front of you. It's not an all-round thing. Did we ever work out what the berries do? The leprechaun told you that they were berries of strength. Or was it berries of energy? Something like that. Oh wow, my my bot got confused there, and apparently Ragdoll said stamina restore. I think bubble. That's not a word. Think bubble. Yes, you have yet to use them, but you have spells of restore skill and stamina and all that. They restore half the max. Ditto. Cast shielding, wait for vision to return. We're gonna cast a shield. Okay. Where are we? Okay. So, you cast shielding, and you lose one of your magic. There we go. As you do so, you feel teeth embedding themselves in your leg. It is very painful. This is very, very painful indeed. According to the book, you do scream out in pain. Because it is painful. Having... Which leg? Roll a d2. The book does not specify. What? It is your left leg. Alas, your leather socks did nothing to protect you. Nor did your shielding spell. It's a magic creature then if it could hurt you. And you vote you bring the hammer down hard or whatever has its teeth embedded in your left leg. Because embedded implies that it's hanging on. I believe there is even embellishment in there of... Yep, no, you can feel blood on your leg, that's good. You're bleeding, apparently. You can feel the blood. This board's poorly. As these things go. Taking this thing's teeth for jewellery. Well, it's magical, apparently. I like this scene. I don't have to draw anything. I'm going to do some more reading ahead. The music is quiet. We should have action music for this, shouldn't we? Where's action? This action? No, that's that one. Close enough. What is weakness? Weakness makes a foe weaker. I've never worked out a particular battle-based. I'll turn the music down slightly. Battle-specific purpose for it, but strong creatures are reduced by this spell to miserable weaklings. It is not successful against all creatures, but when it is effective, those creatures become puny and much less of a challenge. You make a thing weaker. Oh yeah, I was reading ahead, wasn't I? Alright, what do we got? We have bring hammer down, grab thing's head and bring hammer down to keep it there. Bring hammer down on the creature, hard. So various variations upon bringing the hammer down. Okie dokie, well. So you bring the hammer down, whoosh, hard as you possibly can. And you seem to just completely miss. And the thing continues to ravage your leg. And try as you might, swinging the hammer wildly, nothing seems to hit it. And it works. Hang on, let me Read the book. That helps. The creature is savaging you mercilessly, and you're powerless to prevent it. Not present it. Your leg is covered in blood, and the pain is sickening. The detail here is very unpleasant. To no avail, you struggle with the unseen head. You're in agony! Agony! Where's the reverb? Agony! The creature lunges at your neck. And your last memory before losing consciousness is of its jaws closing around your throat. You awake and look around you. As your memory returns, you're amazed that you can see that your leg is completely uninjured and that you hear a small chuckle coming from above you. And suddenly the whole thing makes sense. Floating above you is Seamus, the leprechaun, now laughing quite loudly. The whole thing has been a bit of a practical joke. Now I have to draw Seamus being an arsehole. Misses on the delay. This is what confused me, because you were coming at this from a different direction. So I had to sort of work out what to do. That's not what that looks like. He's not invited to the defeating the wizard picnic, but he will turn up. I love this canonical picnic. Is that going to be the end drawing for this? Assuming you succeed. I can't remember what Seamus looks like. He will turn up and Park will go sit on him. Yeah, what did Seamus look like? Let me go back. It was a while ago, wasn't it, when we first met Seamus? Stream 2, my word. There they are, so they're sort of small and have a ponytail. Fair enough. Here we go. Getting into that. How do you draw people laughing thing? How do you draw people from underneath? There's another. You get the idea. Fun fact, this happens regardless of which of the 3 doors you go through. Look, if you wanted a little bit of a hint when this was happening, when I said a thing comes along and bites you in the leg and you're in agonizing pain, I didn't change your stamina. You didn't actually get hurt. You want to take your putting him and stuff. I don't. Love it. Yeah. To be fair, you've got to lower the stamina earlier. True, true. That's fair enough. Right. How does one wish to react to a Sheamus? Remember, he's a very magical creature, and he could probably keep doing this more. These are supposed to be like crossed legs. I don't know. I gotta stretch. Oh, it's almost the end of the stream. I have drawn nothing. There's a quick reminder of what I've drawn. There's this, which was basically just photo manipulation for what we did previously. I did draw this, which is alright. I drew this, which is... Then this, the best scene. And now, this. I've drawn so little. Sorry, is that PC to say? I mean leprechaun. So yeah, what are we doing with Sheamus? We have 1 vote for flip him off and 1 vote for flex intimidatingly and move on, and 1 vote for give him the bird. I think we own a bird. I can't remember what accent I gave him. I remember I deliberately tried to avoid an Irish accent, because I don't know an Irish accent, and it would be a bit... Ask him if he knows this spider. He'd probably put it in the jar, knowing him. Or is something very posh? Knowing me, yes. Oh. My name is Sheamus. I am a leprechaun. Do not be afraid of my illusions. That's the voice of Sheamus. Do not be afraid of my tricks. Or like shameless. Whenever I see the word shameless, I think of the old sitcom, which is not that. It's not that accent at all. Throw the hammer in his face. Yeah. Okay. So you get up, and you lodge your displeasure with a. I actually kind of want to draw this. Hang on. I will read ahead, and then I will draw what I was going to draw. So where are we? So you get up and you flex flip. And Seamus just finds that incredibly funny. It's just that, of all the responses, he finds it hilarious and just continues to laugh harder and harder. Eventually, just as you're about to leave and have enough of this, does it have to be in your backstory? I'll leave you to yourselves. He says, "Oh, you're a good sport," because this is my voice now, Seamus. You've been a very good sport indeed. A lot of people have been much more violent about these things. Your way ahead is fraught with danger. Did you catch the seam there? Yes. Perhaps this will help you for giving me a good chuckle. And with a wave of his hand and a well-placed moan, a sword and plate appear upon the table of the room that you find yourself in, which is the room where the leprechaun was. The sword is a magic battle sword and will add 1 point to the dice roll when throwing for attack strength. The plate is in fact a silver mirror of fine workmanship, and you can take either of these with you if you so desire. That's up to you, of course. Now, I'm not going to be the one to tell you that this is a trustworthy thing to be taking, but... You take both? Yeah, sure. You take one, either, both, or none. Again, out of arms, I don't know. Cover that mirror up because you don't trust mirrors in this game. Why not? It's jars you want to be worried about. They're full of spiders. Always draw the mouth before I know where the rest of the face is going. You should do it. Battle squat? Are we battle squatting? Sure, why not? Nice to draw something that doesn't just involve Beth walking through a door. even if it is wildly inaccurate. There we go. Take both. Free loot. Hopefully not cursed. I mean, yeah. Okay, cool. You take the, what was it? It was the enchanted sword and, the sword is magic battle sword when add +1 strength to dice roll when throwing for your attack strength. It doesn't say you have to use the sword, so you can continue using the hammer. That's cool. It just says it gives you an increase in strength, which is nice. And yeah, a silver mirror of fine workmanship. Cool. So you have a silver mirror. Mirror, covered, and a enchanted sword, which will give you, which we cover up and stuff to the bottom of the bag. Yes, I've noted that it is covered up. Marvellous. So we have now joined together. No, hang on, it does actually go off the 3 doors, didn't it? No, there is the little antechamber, yeah. Because it turns out those doors go to the same room, which just then splits off into 3 places anyway, so it's fine. Yeah. Anyway, you are here. And I wonder where those 2 other areas go. Who could possibly guess? Not me, that's for sure. Cool, and with that, we bid goodbye. This is the best picture. To the Citadel of Chaos once more. It worked on Twitch. That's a thing. So yeah. Oh yeah, that's what Beth looks like. Forgot. Yes, good. My bot did not destroy itself on Twitch, which is nice and good. We will continue this again next Tuesday, which is nice. I redid the bars now, so they are updated for Dark Souls. For those of you who weren't here last time, creative streams have now moved to Sunday, and game streams have moved to Saturday. This is because I work on Saturday, but I don't work on Sunday, so I don't want to do a creative stream immediately after a day of working. And lots of drawing in the mornings and the afternoons and the evenings. doth get burnout, or doth create burnout. Yeah, so we're just doing creative stuff on Sunday now. So yeah, more Dark Souls tomorrow. That should be fun. We're getting there. You thinking Mr. Dark Souls is giving it a thumbs up? He is. Why not? So is the Soul of Cinder saying... Soul of Cindier? Huh? That doesn't make sense. Also, that overlay is overlapping the text at the bottom. That doesn't look right at all, does it? It's fine. I've updated those as well with new sticker sheet stuff. That was bad even for my standards. Okay. No, nothing. Silence. Silence, as I was thinking of about the best I had was like, it's a thumbs up because he's saying yes, it's the soul of assent. What? Like assent, like yes, it's a positivity is to give your assent. Anyway. I'm not even sure that's the right word. This is the end of the stream. Thank you for coming along. Always good to end on a high. That joke was so bad when you pointed it out, Chris spontaneously died. I had to stop living for a bit. Just to make up for the fact that joke was so bad. Anywho, tomorrow, Dark Souls. I'm sure I'll think of a good pun. But not right now, turns out. I wrote a whole series of comics about Dark Souls. And they were alright. Why can't I do it now? Honestly. Terrible. Have a wonderful time, everyone. Hope your week goes well. Hope it started well, and if not, I hope it picks up. Well, Dark Souls comics are wonderful. I'm glad people like them. I may or may not make more in future. We'll see. I've got October to do first, so it won't happen before that. Speaking of which, look, there's a book. You can buy that. It's got all my comics, they've got all Dark Souls comics in it, yeah. I still have some of them down here. I overbought. I'm terrible at actually working out profit margins. Yeah. Have a wonderful time, everybody. Enjoy yourselves. I'll see you around. Hopefully. And if not, have a good time. Goodbye.